Hello, everyone. I'm going live again this evening. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I would like to talk about self-injurious behaviors. I know that this is something that occurs a lot with children with autism or even other children who have other neurodiverse um, experiences, right, and situations. So it is super distressing. As a parent, it's really hard to see your child hurt themselves, and it's concerning for sure. It's something that we do want to prevent for their own health, well-being, and safety. But what I would like to discuss today is really the first thing to consider when your child is displaying self-injurious behaviors, which is pain. A lot of the time our kids can't communicate the pain that they might be experiencing. They don't know how to express it, and their only ways to try to cause more pain to either that location or another part of their body. So determine if this might be the case. This is really tricky. One option is to go to your local doctor so that you can see if that is something that they can investigate a bit more. So remember that pain could be internal and it might not be visible to you. It could be, I guess a common one is if your child is hitting their head, it could be that they are experiencing a headache. I'm not saying don't want to prescribe to give them pain medication immediately, but this is something you can speak to with your healthcare professional. So that pain is super important. For our neurodiverse teens, especially females, they might be experiencing period pain. So they could be experiencing something that is very common, but they just don't have the communication ability to tell you what's going on. So just think about that. Are they experiencing pain? Can you change some things in the environment to see if by doing that, their pain subsides and therefore their reaction subsides? Look at tracking. So I'm, as a behavior analyst, part of my role is really to have strong data. So track your child's behavior. See if there is a link between certain events, certain times of day, certain times of the week, and things like that to see if that is linked to the self-injurious behavior. So today, really, I wanted to just focus on the fact that it can be pain, and to investigate that further, to see if it's always in the same spot, the self-injurious behavior. Another thing to consider is that if your child has already been engaging in self-injury for a while, their reaction of self-injury, which might be triggered by something else, but then causes more pain, right? So imagine if you are hitting your cheek constantly, that area is going to be more sensitive. So it could be a combination. When we look at behaviors, we look at the function first. I always say function comes first. So what is the purpose of the behavior? If you notice that whenever you give your child a demand, they go hit their cheek, well, you can see that that response has something to do, or there might be a connection to do with that demand that you gave. But they could then continue to do that self-injurious behavior because they're now in pain. So it could be for two functions. So there are situations where understanding behaviors can be really simple, and there are situations where understanding behaviors can be quite complex. And it's important for us to consider all the variables around behavior so we can understand our children the best, and we can respond and look at proactive strategies that are going to help them the most. If you would like to learn more, please feel free to PM me, send me a message, send me an email. I'd love to know any other experiences that you've had with your child around self-injurious behaviors. I am going to try and focus on this over the next couple of weeks because it's a super important concerning behavior that we do want to reduce for our children's safety and well-being. Also, reach out if you are interested in accessing further support. I do have a few options, one being my online program that walks you through understanding behaviors really at a deep level, and then how to prevent them, how to teach skills, how to respond. So this program is really helpful for those who are experiencing regular and constant tantrums, meltdowns, self-injurious behaviors, aggression, things like that, property damage. It's all something I have dealt with in the past, so there's no shame. Also, know that you can advocate for your child. It is hard when your child might have bruising and it's from self-injury, so know that you are there as a strong support for your child, and know that they can do better. Know that your child has the potential to learn, to grow, to engage. So always keep that in mind and message me with any other questions or comments. I'd love to hear from you. Bye for now.